Welcome to this explainer. If you're planning an extended stay in Dhaka, whether that's for a few weeks, a couple of months, or even longer, you're immediately faced with a pretty massive decision. Where exactly are you going to live? Today, we're diving into how home comfort perfectly meets hotel convenience by looking at furnished apartments in Bashundhara R. We're going to map out exactly how you can find that perfect, sweet spot balance of luxury, affordability, and just sheer practicality. So where do home comfort and hotel convenience actually meet? It's the ultimate traveler's dilemma, isn't it? For decades, if you traveled for work or relocated your family, your options were, well, pretty binary. On one hand, you've got traditional hotels. Sure, they offer premium, glossy services, but let's be honest with ourselves here. They often lack warmth. After about a week, that single room starts to feel incredibly small and rigid. On the other hand, you could go out and rent a private apartment. That gives you space and privacy for sure, but it also hands you the totally exhausting task of buying furniture, setting up your utilities, and managing all the maintenance. Who has the time or energy to do that while trying to settle into a brand new city? You always end up asking yourself, where is the middle ground?
Well, here is the answer. The furnished serviced apartment. This is a type of accommodation explicitly designed to bridge that frustrating gap. It literally gives you the best of both worlds. You're getting the complete comfort and expansive space of a private residence, fused seamlessly with the professional convenience of a hotel. You don't have to buy a single piece of furniture. You don't have to spend hours on the phone with the internet provider. It's basically the ultimate plug-and-play living situation for modern travelers who just want a high-quality lifestyle, completely minus the logistical headaches.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's actually walk through what a day looks like in one of these apartments. Step 1, you arrive and instantly settle in, purely because the space is completely move-in ready. Then Step 2, you wake up the next morning and, instead of rushing down to a crowded, wildly expensive hotel buffet, you cook your own breakfast in your own fully equipped kitchen. Step 3, you sit down in a spacious living area and work remotely using the included high-speed Wi-Fi. And finally, Step 4, when you're all done, you don't even have to worry about the mess. Professional housekeeping comes right in to handle the cleaning. It perfectly supports a totally normal, healthy, and highly productive daily routine.
All right, let's get into Section 1, the showdown, hotel versus serviced apartment.
The absolute most striking difference here is just the sheer amount of physical space. In a serviced apartment, you get a genuinely spacious living area and, this is absolutely crucial, a separate bedroom. In a traditional hotel, unless you're dropping an exorbitant amount of money on a luxury suite, you're usually confined to one single room where you have to sleep, work, and eat. And speaking of eating, having a fully equipped kitchen and a dedicated dining area included in a serviced apartment is a total game changer. It completely transforms your environment from a temporary, cramped holding space into a genuinely relaxing, breathable home.
Now, there are also some pretty stark lifestyle differences to consider. While a traditional hotel gives you daily housekeeping, a serviced apartment provides regular housekeeping. It's just enough to keep things pristine without making you feel like your personal space is constantly being invaded. Notice the privacy metric here too. You get high, home-like privacy paired with excellent flexible living. Oh, and you also have access to laundry facilities. That is a massive relief compared to paying those crazy per-item hotel laundry fees. It's all about giving you control over your environment while still backing you up with professional support.
Okay, let's talk about the financial reality, because honestly, this is where the traditional hotel model just completely falls apart for extended visitors. For stays lasting weeks or months, hotels become incredibly costly and highly restrictive. The economics just do not make sense anymore. Serviced apartments, however, are inherently structured from the ground up to provide significantly better value for long-term stays.
So how do those savings actually materialize? Well, it's not just about a lower nightly rate. You are getting far more living space for your money. But the real secret weapon for your budget? The kitchen facilities. By cooking even just a few meals a week, you drastically reduce those mounting daily restaurant expenses. Combine that with lower overall accommodation costs, flexible rental periods that adapt to your specific schedule, and a comfortable work environment that literally saves you from having to go out and rent a co-working space, and it becomes the undeniable economical choice.
Moving right along to Section 2, why choose Bashundhara R.
So, Bashundhara R has absolutely become the go-to destination in Dhaka for premium accommodation, mainly because it offers unparalleled connectivity to urban essentials. We're talking about immediate access to top-tier international schools and universities, which is obviously perfect for relocating families. You're right next to modern, state-of-the-art hospitals and diagnostic centers, plus you've got large shopping malls, vibrant cafes, and major corporate offices and banks just minutes away. When everything is located this incredibly close, the notorious stress of daily commuting practically disappears.
But what makes Bashundhara R truly unique is this awesome contrast. You're getting peaceful, quiet residential surroundings, a real, genuine retreat from the hustle and bustle of the city. But you aren't sacrificing modern infrastructure to get it. You are simultaneously benefiting from wide, well-planned roads and significantly improved modern security. It really is an oasis of calm that remains highly secure and perfectly connected.
Let's look at how this builds into your everyday experience living within the neighborhood. When you rent a furnished, serviced apartment here, you aren't just getting a bed and a couch. You're getting a comprehensive support system. That means regular housekeeping with fresh linens, high-speed Wi-Fi pre-installed, and modern appliances ready to go from minute one. Crucially for Dhaka, you get 24/7 security and highly reliable backup electricity. You even have professional maintenance, utility management, and dedicated parking facilities. It completely removes the burdens typically associated with managing a property, leaving you totally free to focus on your work or your family.
Which brings us to Section 3. Who benefits the most? First up on that list, we have business executives and expatriates. For executives, time is literally money. They utilize the dedicated quiet workspaces and reliable internet to maintain their productivity without missing a single beat. And for expats and international visitors, moving to a new country is stressful enough as it is. Stepping into a beautiful move-in ready home from day one without having to navigate local furniture stores or figure out utility contracts is an absolute lifesaver.
Next, we have families and medical travelers. Families absolutely love this setup because having multiple bedrooms gives everyone their own space, and the kitchen allows for comforting, home-cooked meals, which keeps the family routine nicely intact. For medical travelers, this is profound. If you're in Dhaka for long-term treatments, you need a peaceful, stress-free environment near top healthcare facilities. A cramped hotel room just won't cut it, but a spacious, serviced apartment provides the exact kind of comfort necessary for healing.
All of this really boils down to one core concept: a lifestyle that actually feels like home. It's a profound psychological benefit. When you don't feel like a temporary visitor constantly living out of a suitcase, your entire mindset shifts. This kind of environment actively encourages higher productivity, healthier eating and sleeping routines, and significantly reduced travel stress. It actually allows you to live your life, rather than just hitting pause on it while you travel.
So that brings up a pretty important question for you to consider. Are you ready for home comfort without compromise during your next stay in Dhaka? I really challenge you to rethink how you approach extended travel. You no longer have to choose between the convenience of professional hospitality and the deep, relaxing comfort of a private home. You can, and frankly, you should, demand both. If you want to experience this unparalleled level of comfort in Bashundhara R, there are dedicated solutions out there ready for you. You don't have to search blindly on your own. The local experts at REIT Limited actually specialize in finding the perfect, tailored space for these exact needs.
Whether you're a relocating professional, traveling with your family, or just a long-term guest, this is hands down the smart way to stay. You can easily secure your space today by calling +880 1711 99 33 77 or by visiting hotels.com.bd. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today. As remote work and global mobility continue to rise, the lines between traveling and living are really blurring. So I'll leave you with this: why settle for just a single room when the future of travel lets you have an entire home?